Bismillah. I am Wahid Azal, an independent philosopher, author, and public intellectual. Known in particular for my outspoken critique of dangerous ideological movements and digital cult networks, whether this be the Baha'is, the far-right and Alexander Dugin, and similar. On the 4th of June 2025, Facebook, without warning or just cause, suspended my account. The claim? A vague violation of their community standards on cybersecurity. But I know, and they know, that this wasn't about cybersecurity. It was about paid censorship. Pure and simple. So what triggered this suspension? Just a handful of minutes before the suspension, I posted public links to my newly released monograph, The Goal of the Unwise, a detailed, rigorously sourced expose of the Ahmadi religion of light and peace, or ARLOP, a cultic organization masquerading as a new religious movement, but which I believe to be actually a startup company, masquerading as one. This work is hosted freely and transparently on both archive.org and academia.edu, and it lays bare the manipulative strategies, plagiarisms, and ideological dangers of ARLOP, a group that which I have been lately studying. Let the record show, The Goal of the Unwise was officially catalogued and archived by the National Library of Australia, processed and accepted in its digital version in under 24 hours. That is how credible and timely this work is. So why did Meta silence it? Obviously, paid censorship on behalf of ARLOP, because widely documented evidence shows this to be the case. Never mind, there is even more widely documented evidence that this is how Mark Zuckerberg's company rolls. Paid censorship. The hidden mechanism behind this suspension is very interesting. But here's what makes it very alarming. Meta, Facebook's moderation system, privileges the reports of certain users and page admins, especially those who buy ads, manage large Facebook groups or pages, or are part of a verified quote-unquote high-trust networks. This means that when these privileged users flag any post, even one on your own personal profile, the algorithm is more likely to automatically take it down, suspend your account, or label it as a cyber security threat, quote unquote. Bottom line, it's a rigged system by design. And in this case, it is entirely plausible and even extremely likely that admins tied to the Ahmadi religion of light of peace, or even ideologically aligned groups like one I named in the book, namely CESNUR, use their status or spending privileges to mass flag my content, and so thereby trigger Facebook's suspension mechanisms, silencing dissent at the push of a button. This is what happens when censorship is automated and purchased. This is what happens under digital fascism. This is not the first time digital gatekeepers have been complicit in suppressing inconvenient truths. But what's especially dangerous here is the subtlety of the method. No explanation, no warning, no real appeal process, just an automated purge behind a wall of silence. I was asked to verify my ID, I did. And now, over a day later, still no response, still no access, still no accountability. This is how platform totalitarianism is operating everywhere. The broader implications are the following, so let us be clear. This is not just about one suspended Facebook account, because if it was only about that, I could dispense with that Facebook account altogether. But, more importantly than anything else, this is about the weaponization of moderation against dissent. This is about the chilling effect on those who dare critique the alliances between digital platforms and ideological experiments dressed in faith. Because primarily, this is what the Ahmadi religion of light and peace amounts to. It is nothing more and nothing less than a digital experiment dressed as faith. This is also about what happens when an independent voice challenges the shadows behind cultic networks and is met with silence instead of dialogue or even explanation. If they can do this to me, they can do it to anyone. So I'm making a call to action. I've already contacted the Australian E-Cybersecurity Network, the Australian Human Rights Commission, my Member of Parliament, and several media organizations. But I'm calling on other journalists, activists, and all those who still believe in free speech and expression. Stand up, speak out, share this video, download my monograph, expose the Ahmadi religion of light and peace for what it is, and demand that Meta unequivocally explain itself. To Meta, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, I say, restore my account. To the public, I say, resist the algorithmic silencing of truth by these corporate digital fascists. And to those who walk the path of conscience, I say, let this be the moment we push back, and we push back hard. There's no power and no strength other than in God, the High, the Mighty.